Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the City of Brotherly Love. We are here on the campus of St. Joseph's University for another another World Team Tennis battle presented by Geico. We have the San Diego Aviators at 5-3 taking on the Philadelphia Freedoms at 7-1. So two powerhouses this year going head-to-head. Philly looking to defend home court yet again. I'm Harry Chickma alongside the legendary Luke Jensen, French Open champion and a former World Team Tennis star himself. Luke, welcome to Philadelphia, and I know you're ready for a great matchup. We have a lot of talent out here on the courts in Philly.
Well, being on the East Coast, we've been very blessed to watch this Philadelphia Freedoms play the entire season. Exceptional talent from top to bottom, some emerging stars, but again, I think the whole thing revolves around their heartbeat in Taylor Townsend.
And right now we have Philadelphia on top of the leaderboard of the World Team Tennis standings presented by Geico. The Castles in second, but the Aviators not far behind, 2 games out of first place, and that can go by quickly in the World Team Tennis schedule.
Well, they're playing back-to-back. This season is so fire-packed with so much action, so much travel, so much exciting play, and it's whoever gets hot at the right time. We're really at the halfway post right now with a lot of energy to burn going forward. Absolutely,
a lot of competition here. World Team Tennis, every point matters, every game matters. Here's tonight's lineup presented by Wilson. The Aviators have Naomi Brody, Annalena Gronefeld, Marcin Matkowski, and Marcus Willis. And also we have the Freedoms lineup: Raquel Ottawa, Gabriela Dabrowski, Kevin King, Fabrice Martin, and Taylor Townsend, the competitive American star there playing women's singles for the Freedoms. And now back to the order of play. We have women's mixed doubles first, followed by women's singles. Then we have men's doubles, women's doubles, and then we finish with men's singles. So the Freedoms, the home coach, Craig Carden, decided to finish with men's singles. He believes that King can take down Willis. That's a pretty bold move because Willis is a heck of a singles player in World Team Tennis.
King is also a lefty, Willis a lefty. This really plays into the hands of the Freedoms. They picked the lineup and they felt the way King has emerged as a superstar in this league. This guy played at Georgia Tech. He has an engineering degree. Smart guy, explosive guy. They have a lot of confidence in him.
Well, that will be one heck of a final event here. So you do not want to miss 1 minute of excitement as we see Fabrice Martin being introduced, slapping hands with Taylor Townsend. Both teams ready to go, both mascots fired up as well. Should be a lot of fun here on the campus of St. Joe's University. So we have Milan World Team Tennis presented by Geico. We begin with mixed doubles.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same. Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves.
Of wins for the history books.
And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
Incredible point.
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
WTT.tv is brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. By Forevermark. Less than 1% of the world's diamonds are worthy of the Forevermark inscription. Forevermark, a diamond is forever. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
World Team Tennis alive and well here in the city of brotherly love. We're in Philadelphia. The San Diego Aviators looking for their 6th victory of the year, taking on the mighty Philadelphia Freedoms, who sit atop the World Team Tennis standings with a record of 7-1. Harry Chickma alongside my colleague Luke Jensen. And we saw the Aviators play a very competitive match a few days ago against the New York Empire. They are ready to compete against this hometown team. We start with mixed doubles, and it will be a lot of fun here. And how about this format? I don't think there's anyone who loves it more than Luke Jensen. Maybe Billie Jean King, but I think, Luke, you're the biggest supporter.
She's the co-founder. I played it. I've lived it. My brother coaches it and has played it. My sisters. I think the biggest thing is co-gender, and there's so much pressure-packed action that it should be in college tennis. It should be in Davis Cup, Fed Cup, kind of a hybrid of that. Should be in the Olympics. This is where the game comes to one court, and you see every type of style of play, and the pressure is so big, and you have to win under those conditions to be successful here.
Unbelievable. And we also have no ad scoring, cumulative game scoring, substitutions allowed. We've seen that recently. Also, lets are in play, and on-court coaching is allowed. Furthermore, the fans are supposed to cheer even during the point.
Encouraged. They're encouraged to do extremely vocal, exciting. We got a ton of kids here today. High noon, the showdown at noon, and there's a lot of pressure on both these teams where they're going to go for the remaining of the season. And they're a good example. These kids have been waiting outside, hitting balls outside the arena since 10 a.m., so they've been fired up.
Well, there's nothing better than World Team Tennis when it comes to the community, giving back and getting kids involved. You hear Serena Williams and Venus Williams say it. Part of the reason they got into tennis was because they came to a clinic and they watched World Team Tennis. So this has really inspired not only American kids, but kids all throughout the world. And you know, they're watching the broadcast, and today it's packed with young Philadelphia fans ready to cheer on the Freedoms.
I can't stress this enough. When you're watching this Freedoms team, they're based on energy. They're based on a commitment to each other, and you're going to see it starts with what I call TNT. To the left of your screen, Taylor Townsend, this young American, this lefty, has really taken the reins starting last year. She'd played in other years, but last year was the first time that I believe helped springboard her teammate, Sloane Stephens, to a U.S. Open title. That positivity, that energy, that passion really is kind of a positive virus that runs through this city.
Well, many tennis fans know what's going on in the World Team Tennis circuit because it's broadcasted throughout the world, but we've seen World Team Tennis push people. I mean, Jesse Witten made, I believe, the 3rd or 4th round of the U.S. Open one year, lost in 4 to Djokovic. He credited World Team Tennis.
Kevin Anderson last year reaches the finals of the U.S. Open after playing World Team Tennis last year.
Exactly, and then you Sloane Stephens winning after World Team Tennis. I mean, this is hardcore tennis. It gets them ready. It's fast, and many people would say it's more pressure than the Pro Tour. It's a lot of fun here as we are now beginning with mixed doubles. Fabrice Martin and Dabrowski serving in the far court against Gronefeld and Matkowski.
Dabrowski's been a very nice story on the WTA Tour, doing exceptionally well in both doubles and mixed doubles. Watching them play last night, this team was so explosive from this framework. Martin sets up the team with the big serve, the big ground strokes. Dabrowski is very athletic, confident, and you're going to see her fly around and really play doubles the way it's meant to be played, very aggressively. Even then, again, notice how she just gets her nose into the action, nose into the fight. Doesn't do a lot with the volley, doesn't miss it, but again, is a factor around that net area.
And we've seen so many legendary women's doubles players. Martina Navratilova, Gigi Fernandez. Who does she remind you of? Maybe Martina at the net?
Navratilova's left-handed, a little bit more athletic.
Oof,
more
nice.
like a Kim Clijsters. If you remember Clijsters, who was extremely strong, but played with a lot of energy, ripping shots, both from the ground. Dabrowski's got a bigger serve, so that helps her in the doubles competitions, in mixed doubles where the guys can't tee off on her, but she's fearless, and that's the biggest thing when you're playing these competitive situations. You can't be afraid for even a heartbeat. They will exploit that.
Well, 2-all right now, pressure point. Remember, there's no ad scoring each game up to 4. Oh, nice serve from Martin, the big kick up the tee. And another element of this World Team Tennis match, we have automated line calls. I mean, for a second I forgot, but they have this amazing system where it's all automated and they have a voice that sounds as if it's a person calling it. You almost would think it is, but it's really interesting and really innovative. No surprise, World Team Tennis doing innovative things. Game goes to Philadelphia.
Talking about the Hawkeye Live system, that's 12 cameras that surround the entire court, 6 footfault cameras. And so this is the future. World Team Tennis has always been in front in so many things. Think about the shot clock right now. Think of all the different things, if you've really watched through the years, where World Team Tennis led the way.
Absolutely. And I mean, one of the most impressive things really is the line calling. I mean, I love the fact that they have the voices sound like people. It makes it that much more effective.
10 various human voices pre-recorded.
As media guys were impressed with that voiceover by the lines judges. They did a good job. It really sounds like an actual person. No stage fright once they were recording that. Meanwhile, we have the Aviators and Marcin Martkowski serving in the near court. Up, actually down, love 1. And we've seen Matkowski get broken a couple times in mixed doubles. We saw that in New York, and his serve goes all the way up to 138, almost 140. He's a Grand Slam finalist, but he struggles sometimes serving in mixed doubles.
The only difference is that it's powerful, but it doesn't hit the targets. You really want to try to keep your serve away from the strike zone of your opponents, and that's where there's a good example of a great serve. 120 doesn't hit the massive heater that he's capable of, but because it's placed so well, it's going away from his opponent for the ace.
Well, speed is not always the most important thing. That was a nice out-wide serve a la Roger Federer. Still down 1-2. And then that was 134, but middle of the net. Let's see what he does on the second. Second serve, double fault. So now 1-3, no ad scoring. So that means 3 break points for the Freedoms. And you see him jumping up and down, Luke. They're ready to pounce.
Well, they did that last night in their match against the breakers. The biggest thing is, I think it starts with energy. It starts with a passion and a commitment to get yourself emotionally.
Wow.
And physically engaged. Philadelphia does that. They don't kind of ride the emotional roller coaster. They're always at a positive note. And it really starts, honestly, with their coaches, their stars on the team like Taylor Townsend. And there's a buy-in from top to bottom.
Craig Carden is a veteran, not only in World Team Tennis, but also pro tennis. One of the best coaches out there. Oh, she wants that one back. Great return, though, by Dabrowski. That was 132, and she punched it back cross court beautifully. She knows she's not going to get another look like that, but still a break point. We have a deciding point, and in World Team Tennis, you serve gender to gender, so Fabrice Martin will take the return.
If you're Gronefeld at the net, you better watch out. This return's going to be ripped right at you. Wasn't that those little soft chip from Martin, but it pays off because it just dies. Metkowski cannot handle that little soft shot, so all of a sudden, Philadelphia's steamrolling early.
I mean, Luke, you gave a really good explanation as to why speed doesn't matter, but I have to say, I think it's one of the biggest phenomenons I've seen, that someone serving 139 is not able to hold more often than not in mixed doubles.
The biggest thing you have to think about now, you want to be a pitcher, someone who articulates the exercise. You know, you don't have to hit bullets, throw rockets all the time. You don't want to be a thrower. You want to be a pitcher, someone who really sees the different, like you saw that 1-2, he throws a double fault. No reason to throw that. Put the serve in, play for the next shot.
Lets are in play. Good focus from Metkowski to keep that ball in. So right now it's 1-all Philadelphia, up 2-love. Every game matters here. It's the overall score that matters the most, because in the end of the match, that's what's going to give your team the victory. So Philadelphia up 2-love. What a shot there. Martin setting it up, but Dabrowski with the touch up the line for the winner. Here's a little second look at this one. Nice hands there from Martin.
San Diego looks a little flat right now. They look a little road weary. They have got to pick it up. Coach John Lloyd's got to sense that.
Oh, Martin getting tagged in the back there. So now we're at 2-all. So a little bit of trouble here for Dabrowski. 2 points away from being broken, also 2 points away from getting the game and going up 3-love. So this is a big point coming up.
But this is where Dabrowski shined on the WTA Tour. She comes up with big serves in these moments. Second serve is also pretty effective, got some pace on it and some good direction.
That was a great second serve, though. Big kick up the tee. It looked like it was 112. Now, I mean, I don't know if that's the actual speed, but that was
the previous one, but it had a lot of bite and move to it. The one thing I will say, because Dabrowski doesn't serve and volley, she's always looking to stay back off of the serve. That short return was smart.
Break points. Too much pace from Gronefeld, and tough one there for the Freedoms because they're back on serve. The Aviators get the break. And again, if you're Coach Carden, you have to be a little disappointed to give the break up that quickly.
Because you had the roll. I mean, you had the Philadelphia steak and cheese. You're talking about you're ready to rock and roll these guys early on, and you just kind of coughed it up.
Yeah, really no reason to give up the break, but now Gronefeld's serving. The veteran doubles player, but Martin with the big return. Had a lot of depth on it. Gronefeld not doing much. She's down love 1 serving.
Matkowski's got to be a great teammate up at the net. He's playing the I formation. He's got to look to try to pick off this return.
What a return there. Dabrowski going right at Matkowski.
One of the biggest questions I get when I travel for doubles is when you play the I formation, where do you return? I always say right at the net place. They're moving right or left. You can catch them off balance. And that was a good example of that.
Wow. Talk about a short backswing. You dream about hitting that return as a doubles player. Serves cuffing into your body. Somehow he did that. How did he hit that return, Luke?
Just made sure it didn't take a big backswing, made good contact out in front, had a target pre-planned before he hit it. Look for Dabrowski to hit the backhand, run around her forehand if she can, and hit her best shot.
Well, the double faults in the net, so the break at love goes right back to the Freedoms. So they're still up now, 3-1, 2 games away from taking the first event here in mixed doubles. And we will be right back with more World Team Tennis presented by Geico coming up next.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions
Incredible point.
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Welcome back to World Team Tennis presented by Geico. We have a battle already here in Philadelphia. Harry Chickma alongside Luke Jensen, and the hometown, the Freedoms, currently #1 in the standings with a 7-1 record, and they are up a break 3-1 against the visiting San Diego Aviators, with Fabrice Martin serving in the near court.
Oh, that's a bad shot selection, but the previous overheads were really nice. He set up, he communicated with Dabrowski. She got in the right position. Again, sometimes you go for, you're a little too hungry, a little too thirsty, and you try too much.
Well, Matkowski, top 40 in the world in doubles, was once top 10, so he knows how to play this game. Wow, what a serve. It's one of the better kick serves you'll see up the tee. Hooked in there, looked like a Rafael Nadal forehand.
And because you have to respect his power, sometimes you're on your heels expecting the heat, and then he throws that change up, and it throws your footwork, your timing off, and he gets the win.
Wow. Sort of surprising to see Fabrice Martin in trouble here. But right now it's 2-all.
Well, this whole set's been kind of weird. You'd think Philadelphia could have bageled their opponents in this set and just run away with it, but they've had a couple of hiccups, and here's another interesting, sticky situation.
Little I formation. Dabrowski had net, ready to pounce here. 2-all. Wow, nice out-wide serve, 115. Had a little pace on that as well.
And Gronfeld was looking for the kicker up to the backhand. She broke and tried to anticipate that serve. Instead, Martin wisely throws the bender, the slider, the flying hook out wide for the ace.
Double game point for the Freedoms. Well, nice look there for Gronefeld, but just misses it. And that reminds me of what you were saying in New York, Luke. It's smart to go to the female player at all times. I mean, that was a really hard half volley for Martin, but he made sure, even though it was a high, loopy volley, to get it to Gronefeld, and it won them the game.
You just have to be careful because it seems like that would be the play, but if the WTA player is hotter, and we saw that last night with Dabrowski. She was the better player in mixed doubles. She was the one hitting the winners, the aces, the big volleys. So right now, you want to keep it away from Martin. Everything he's touching is gold.
I mean, his returns have been phenomenal. He hit that one backhand up the line now with a forehand. Looking world class out here as usual. Love one. There's a big serve. Ironically, it wasn't as big as his usual 138, but good enough to win the point. And remember, Matkowski got broken the last time. That was a heartbreaking one for the Aviators as they serve to stay alive in this event.
See, that's a smart serve. Only 112, but again, it's breaking away from Martin. It's forcing Martin to do different things instead of just sit back and brace for the power. You want to be a smart server.
You get the feeling like maybe he tries a little too hard in mixed doubles.
He likes to go for the home run. He likes to hit the big serve. He sees that radar gun.
Maybe he realizes in men's doubles that he has to place it. In mixed, he's thinking maybe he wants to overpower, but it's not working. I mean, he's getting broken every time. So
I'm telling you, he's always peeking at that radar gun. He likes to hit the the big 130s, the low 140s. But the biggest thing, are you winning the point?
Wow, nice effort from Martin, but the game goes to the Aviators. They're hanging tough as we have Philadelphia looking to serve to take mixed doubles to start out the day. Won't be easy. Dabrowski having a lot of pressure. Remember, if she gets broken, we're back on serve. So as the co-founder of World Team Tennis planned it, Billie Jean King, every point matters. You're never out of it. Pressure every moment. Look at that, 103 miles per hour, but it had a lot of spin out wide, so it's 1-love, Philadelphia. Well, a little trouble here, down 1-2. So remember, Dabrowski got broken the last time. Big point coming up here. Let's see what Martin does at the net. Lands in. So now 3 break points for the Aviators to get back on serve.
Coach Carden's calling a timeout for the Philadelphia side, and it's a smart timeout because you just want to take your time here. We've got the lead. There's no reason to panic. Let's make sure we're on the same page.
And you mentioned the Aviators look a little fatigued. I mean, keep in mind they played a long battle against the Castles of Washington in Washington last night. So that took a lot out of them, and they traveled up here to Philadelphia. So
on short rest, remember this is a noon start. Most of the starts have been at 7 o'clock. So you get your kind of like your groove going for that 7 o'clock start, which means your rest, your kind of your mental prep. This kind of elevates everything, and so it really looks like Philadelphia's gotten off the boat a little bit quicker here. Sure. And you look at San Diego, they're trying to recover.
And considering we're in the middle of the season as well, that's a very tough turnaround. Nice court coverage, but then again, give the Aviators a lot of credit though. They're hanging tough. I mean, here they are still with 2 break points, they can still win this event.
Boy, if they can just come out, I'm talking San Diego, and just save themselves a couple of games. If they can just put some more games in their pocket, that keeps them within reach for Willis and Brody, who are going to be coming up in the next few events. Overcooked it, just overcooked it. She's not going to like that result.
Absolutely. Just missed that ball by about 1.5 inches.
And really didn't need to do that much. I mean, she had the advantage because they had the wall set up and just plays it nice and deep. Instead, she got a little hungry and just pushed it wide. And now all of a sudden, San Diego's got a little bit of confidence.
And as Luke, as I mentioned, give them credit, because if they came in this first event and as you would say, laid an egg and lost 5-love, that sets a bad tone to their team. But their team's probably a little fatigued as well. But when they see that Matkowski and Gronefeld are battling, it's going to lead them to fight. So the intangibles are really impressive for the San Diego Aviators.
That doesn't help. I mean, you have got to put your serve in. It doesn't have to be fast, but you can't be fumbling the ball at such a critical moment in this discipline. That's 0-3. Just go for a solid body serve. Anything that will go in the box.
Just missing that stab volley. I mean, let's not forget, though, the Philadelphia Freedoms also played.
No,
but
they're
it was at home. It was at home.
That's a big difference. Yeah, remember, in San Diego, you got West Coast, biorhythms. You got West Coast time on your mind. So it's really match time, not noon for them. It's 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
West Coast.
And that adds up, because when I go and cover Indian Wells, I can barely stay awake,
And you're just a TV star.
Exactly.
These guys are on the court moving and grooving. Not to mention, what time do you have to get up to eat, stretch, warm up? So, and you're talking, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, according to their biological clock. Just kind of getting those rhythms and getting them to wake up, and the fatigue of that DC match yesterday.
Well, Dabrowski's struggling with her volleys as of late, missing a handful, and just like that, it's 3-1 to tie things up.
This is where she gets a little cray-cray, where she's got to just pull it together. She was a great performer yesterday. She's just off by a little bit.
Oh, Martin has been great on the return. He's working that up-the-line angle. Hasn't really lost yet going up the line.
But forcing Martin to go up the line, then take Dabrowski off the poach angle. So they try to neutralize her with that eye. Here they're going to go at her once again.
Oh, what a shot there. Matkowski, firm wrist, put away. And we are all tied up now at 4. That means we're playing a tiebreaker to decide who wins mixed doubles to start out this event.
What's amazing is if Philadelphia ends up losing this match, you can circle this. This should have been a big win.
Yep.
They had so many opportunities to annihilate San Diego and just honestly coughed it up, and now we're in a dogfight in this tiebreaker. This is the first of 5 to win by 1. The first 3 servers will serve 2 points, and if it gets to that distance, the final distance, the final player will serve 3, possibly 3. But at 4-all, we'll play sudden death, and that's all the design by co-founder Billie Jean King, to keep it pressure-packed, to keep it moving.
That's exactly what happens here. It will be a tight tiebreaker, and I think the Freedoms are pretty lucky to have their big guy Martin starting things out, as we see Billie Jean watching her team. He's been working that angle. 2 aces in a row out wide for Martin. 1 love for the Freedoms. What a play there. Smart play from Gronefeld. Not an easy lob to pull off on her back foot, but she does it, and that hurts.
Well, Dabrowski couldn't get enough bat on the ball there. See, it just is shanked short and soft, and that sets up that wide open. Are you seeing the open courts when you're playing? Gronefeld's a great example right there where she's seeing the one over the top, the one that gets it done.
I mean, to give up a mini break there from Martin's serve is definitely painful for the Freedoms. Here's Matkowski serving.
And you know right away they're going after Dabrowski. They see that she's just off her game a little bit. She was so much more devastating in yesterday's competition. She's just off a little bit, and you can really tell she's not striking the ball as confidently, and they're going right at her.
Well, you mentioned it that the Freedoms have had so many opportunities. We thought they were going to win 5-1, 5-2.
5-0.
5-0. Oh.
And if you just hang around, look at this turnaround. If you're watching the warm-up, if you're honestly, it looked like San Diego was coming in on like no sleep at all. And they're down early, and they just hung around, and all of a sudden they have the momentum, they have the lead in this tiebreaker.
Well, both these teams are in the thick of it to potentially win the title this year, win the King Trophy. And you better believe these are all World Team Tennis veterans on the courts. They want to win. I mean, they know how important it is. They've seen the Castles and the other teams hoisting the crown. They want that title.
All these players at this level of the game understand it is about winning. It is about performing at the highest level. And so whether they're playing World Team Tennis, Davis Cup, Fed Cup, Olympics, for a Wimbledon title, it's all the same. You're here to win. You put too much into it. You sacrifice too much. You suffer so much in your life to travel around the world and go through this, the training that is involved. So there's no one out here going at like half pace.
Also confidence. I mean, you can't keep losing and expect to keep confidence even for the upcoming American Hardcourt Series. Oh, great play there from the Freedoms. Dabrowski doing a fine job to hit that slice forehand cross court to stay alive, and it pays off. We're all tied at 3.
Another momentum shift. Matkowski's not ready for that quick reflex from Martin. Bad shot selection by going to Martin instead of Dabrowski. And now, this is what we're talking about. The pressure clearly on now. Gronefeld to try to serve this out. It's going to be a body serve. Matkowski's going to break to his left. That was the signal to Gronefeld.
Oof. Costly double fault there. Remember, lets are in play, so just missed an effective serve by about an inch, and now an opportunity for the Freedoms.
So we're going to dance with it. It's going to be WTA player to WTA player, and what you're trying to do if you're Gronefeld, get into that forehand. And that's the combination. Now, it puts the pressure now. Sudden death point. This is for everything, and they call a timeout. This is what it's all about.
Geico
1 point
timeout.
for it all, yes.
1 point for everything, and that's what we love, the pressure-packed moments here in World Team Tennis. And it's only fitting that this set is coming down to 1 point.
Well, it's been messy, it's been crazy, and it's been quirky, but it's the serving team setting up the exact same point. Dabrowski's got to counter that. It's going to be very interesting what she wants to do. I think one of the options is you pull it down the line, force Matkowski into a forehand volley situation, or you lob it. But Dabrowski likes to rip the return. She's going to try to get into a backhand situation.
Oh, costly. Giving it up with the double fault. And of course the racket flies, and just like that, the home team takes the opening event 5-4, Philadelphia on top, and that was a nail-biter. And guess what? We have 4 more to go. A lot of excitement here. World Team Tennis presented by Geico in Philadelphia.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham, edge of the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure! What pressure? The players on the...
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
incredible point,
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
Welcome back to Philadelphia for World Team Tennis presented by Geico Action. Harry Chickma, Luke Jensen. We witnessed a very competitive mixed doubles contest to start out the day. It came down to the final point in a tiebreaker. Philadelphia got it 5-4. So now the focus moves to women's singles. Naomi Brody serving, taking on the American Taylor Townsend, the lefty from the Freedoms.
Two players with a lot of talent, two players with a lot of firepower. It's going to be kind of a battle of wills here. The mixed doubles in the first set ended up to be kind of a wash. Philadelphia has their nose in front with that one game. It gives Philadelphia a little bit more freedom in the sense where Townsend can hit a little freer, can actually go for more shots, feel a little bit more confident at being the top team. They're coming in with a lot of confidence. There's a good example. Not the cleanest of shots, but every swing when you're playing well and you've got the confidence seems to go in.
You know, we've been watching Taylor Townsend for literally 6 years here in World Team Tennis. It feels like I remember she played Smash Hits in Pittsburgh is when I first met her, and she's playing with so much more confidence now. Just hundreds of pro matches under her belt since that moment. And
well, 22 years old. She's been around since a teenager on the pro tour. She's played the small events. She's #1 junior in the world back in the day. She's played on the biggest stages. It's really from 22 down to like 27, 28. She's going to have her best years.
How far do you think she can take it in pro tennis?
When she was performing at such a high level as a junior, I really thought she would, by the age of 22, have at least pulled down some mixed doubles or doubles Grand Slams. She's that kind of talent. She's in the top 60 right now on the WTA Tour, and she's moving her way up. Everything's going to come down to how she adjusts to the lifestyle. She's got all the talent. Her making that decision, especially with Sloane Stephens and Madison Keys, her counterparts on the U.S. side, doing so well. It would not surprise me if she ends up winning a slam somewhere, but she's got a lot of work in front of her to do tactically, mentally, spiritually. She's right in tune. She's a great fighter, but does her game continue to progress? Notice she plays with a lot of spin. A lot of the Sloane Stephenson's, Madison Keys play with more driving tennis, deeper tennis in the court. Taylor plays with more topspin, which is nice, but doesn't give you that firepower maybe you need to get out of a point. Wow. She also plays with you look at the spins there with the kick. She has a nice kick out wide also. She'll serve and volley some. High tennis IQ. I have always given her high marks as a smart tennis player. She honestly reminds me more, I'm talking about Taylor Townsend, of a Martina Hingis that works the point around, plays, a high tennis IQ, uses all of her shots like a Swiss Army knife, all of her options, but doesn't have that big 125-mile-an-hour serve. Doesn't have that huge forehand or backhand that you see Serena.
Wow, nice
or
serve.
Venus, and the bigger his Sharapova have. It's just a different style, and it just takes a little while to mature.
And now we have a double game point. Townsend playing very well. Both players competing well in this opening game, and it might not be a bad idea for Taylor to spend some time with Martina Hingis to develop into a Grand Slam singles champion.
The first call that I would make would not be to Hingis, even though styles are similar. It would be to Martina Navratilova, a fellow lefty, a player that moved forward in the court like Taylor can, and then develop that kind of energy and that kind of direction. And you honestly, the more you can, just like I always felt John Isner should talk to Pete Sampras as far as how to return as a big server. Yep. It's a different dynamic. It's a different strategy. Look at that backhand. She can defend, she can play offense. She just has, Taylor Townsend, I call her TNT because she's got this dynamite personality that really shows through her strokes.
Honestly, she looks like she's in great shape. I think that, again, been watching her for so long, this is the best tennis I've ever seen her play, overall with confidence. She's in the best shape I've ever seen, and she has more action on her serve and forehand than I've ever seen. So I could expect a really good hard court season coming up, hopefully after she wins a World Team Tennis Championship for her own sake.
And just only 22 years old. There's still a lot of maturing that's going to happen within her game. She's very tough on herself too. When things go south, she's starting to learn how to handle that adversity.
Look at her standing way in on the second serve.
She'll give you a bunch of different looks from the perspectives as a server and a returner. She'll use the different slices and the speeds. Truly the complete player. And so much future in front of her, so much success right in front of her. And you see the crowd getting involved there. That's a tricky overhead. Brody coughs up that shot.
And just like that, it's 2-1. Taylor Townsend already up here. 2-love. And you know what that means. After Philadelphia won the opening event, they now lead 7-5 in the overall team scoring.
Going for too much on that forehand side. See Brody just not moving her feet. For a player that's so tall, it is mission critical to make sure you're light on your feet, jumping rope out there, energized.
She doesn't like that miss, Luke.
But that's an example where, again, it's okay. You've got the lead. You've got the break. There's no reason to show any weakness on that. Mental, look at it. She just missed it. No big deal. It's a tough little volley. It seems easy, but you have to time it right.
Kind of ran through that a little bit.
Yeah, but no reason to get on yourself. It's okay. It's just a mistake. She's just tough on herself. She has extremely high expectations. She was extremely, a high prospect coming out of the juniors, being the #1 junior in the world.
Wow, she is playing fantastic tennis. You see Taylor Townsend calling for the towel, running after that volley. I can tell you, Luke, this is probably the best tennis I've ever seen her play in her life. And
when she's cranking, she's extremely explosive.
Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. First, let's take a break. You're watching World Team Tennis presented by Geico.
So you just walk around telling people Geico could help them save money on car insurance?
Yeah, that, and homeowners, renters, motorcycle and boat insurance.
Huh, that's nice. What happens when you catch a fish?
Geico, more than just car insurance. See how much you could save at geico.com.
I'm okay.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same. Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves. Of wins for the history books. And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness
is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
Welcome back here, Philadelphia. You're watching World Team Tennis presented by Geico. Harry Chickma alongside Luke Jensen. In the near court, we have Naomi Brody competing for the San Diego Aviators as she takes on Philadelphia's Taylor Townsend. Brody down 1-3 serving. And she hits the nice volley to the open court. She's up 1-love. Down a break, though. Meanwhile, San Diego trailing 8-5 in the overall team score. So, not over till it's over, but right now the home team, Freedom's in control.
Boy, that is so nice. Remember, this is a final call. Brody doesn't like it. But again, that's that extra spin. That's that leftiness that you don't realize. That, you see it from Laver, and we talked about Navratilova, John McEnroe. They just have that ability to get around the outside of the ball and pull it back in. Rafael Nadal, you made that reference earlier in the match.
It's amazing because righties can't do that on the right side. It's just, I guess there's something with the lefty that gives you that extra hook. So you don't see any righties hitting with the spin of Nadal. Even, Albert Costa, Carlos Moya. She is on fire right now. Taylor Townsend rolling. And she is now 2 points away from going up yet another break. Brody looking for answers here, serving. Brody picks her spots and rips it on the serve, Luke. That thing's like a rifle.
Look at Townsend hitting everything exactly. I mean, using all the clubs in her bag there.
Yeah.
You saw the drives, the toss. It was a slice underspin right here. See how this ball jumps out to the left? That forces Brody into a tough situation because she can't get back into the court. And that's Townsend at her very best, like hitting on all cylinders.
We have a handful of break points here. 1-3, so triple break point for Townsend. Oh, Townsend doing a fantastic job changing direction on the ball. She did it with the slice up the line the last point, and then the forehand up the tee. Brody was expecting the cross court, but see Townsend almost like a kick serve paralyzing Naomi Brody, and Philadelphia getting a major boost here in women's singles. Townsend serving up 4-1, looking to take this event. And that would give the Freedoms a 10-5 advantage. Two points away now. Philadelphia rolling here. And this is huge for the confidence of Taylor Townsend.
Oh, that's a nice backhand from Brody. You know, set up for that backhand. Nice little unit turn, and then the follow through.
Well, still event points here for Taylor Townsend. She has 3 more to look at.
That's a nice set. That's a really nice set for Philadelphia.
Great set for the Freedoms, and you see Taylor Townsend giving her team a mental boost, a jolt of energy as she wins 5-1. And Philadelphia, first place in the league with a 7-1 record, looking to make it 8 as they are up 10-5 over the visiting San Diego Aviators. And we have much more coming up. It's men's doubles when we return from Philadelphia.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
Incredible point.
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn medicine.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
Welcome back here to Philadelphia. World Team Tennis presented by Geico. The Aviators and Freedoms, you see how this has gone so far. Mixed doubles went to the Freedoms and a tiebreaker came down to the final point. But then in women's singles, Taylor Townsend dominated 5-1 against Naomi Brody. And that sets up a men's doubles battle. We have King and Martin taking on Matkowski and Willis. And you can expect big serving, big hitting tennis out here for the third event.
Well, you got a couple of righties, a couple of lefties. You definitely have the firepower that can produce the fireworks from all sides of the court, from the do side, the ad side, the nets. And you're going to start with Philadelphia with this big lead, serving with a lot of momentum.
1-0.
You see the players just playing right through the noise. It's really kind of kids' day here. St. Joseph's University, Philadelphia Freedoms really went out of their way to bring the kids in, bus them in, and you can see the energy for a noon start has been very good.
Well, World Team Tennis has some of the best energy in all of sports, let alone tennis, and today it's no exception here in Philadelphia. The fans love their tennis in Philadelphia, thanks to Billie Jean King, who's a big force here with the Freedoms.
She's a force everywhere in our society.
Barbara Perry as well, doing a great job with the team. And the Freedoms now up 3-love, looking to go up 11-5. So Fabrice Martin, no surprise, in control on his serve. Matkowski trying to go with the cross-court winner, but definitely mishits that ball. A little bit of touch on that point, and both teams smiling here. See Fabrice Martin trying to hit the dropper, and just a total mishit from Matkowski. Not easy when you have two big servers, big forces like King and Martin up at net. So now Marcin Matkowski, once top 10 in the world in doubles, a finalist and a Grand Slam, serving to stay on serve. And we've noticed that Matkowski has struggled to hold in mixed doubles because he goes with the big 138, 140 serves right in the wheelhouse of his opponents. But here in men's doubles, he works the angles just a little bit more. Not sure what the mental block is in mixed doubles, but here. Fabrice Martin takes that one off the rise. Inside out forehand for the winner. And now 2 points away from a break. Philadelphia on a roll.
Oh, see, there's the frustration. You didn't see it online on your TV set, but Matkowski just went a little crazy on us, threw his racket down, little McEnroe. Just, all it is a controlled vent. And then you're gonna see San Diego call a timeout here, and here's the frustration again. He had opportunities in the mixed doubles to win that set. He had opportunities throughout this season to clean up some things. We've watched him from time to time. It's just been slipping away. And John Lloyd, who's been a player at the highest level, a coach, a Davis Cup captain for Great Britain, he knows his stuff.
Well, we have two very well-coached teams here. Lloyd and then Craig Carden for the Freedoms.
Well, that's the serving we're used to from this kind of player. Looks to be extremely explosive, and that's honestly kind of like average for this guy. We've seen the 138s. He likes to hit in the 140s.
Still down double break point here, and we know these two guys can return, so that was a very nice 1-2 punch. Willis, the easy put away. So now it's no longer mixed doubles, so it's no longer gender to gender. Philadelphia, the returning team, will decide who wants it.
Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to take away his best serve. Whatever you feel from the Philadelphia side has been the hottest serve, the most consistent serve. To me, you force him to serve to the ad side. If he's serving to the deuce side, you have to be aware of that slider. He's hitting a couple of aces in mixed doubles wide, if you remember, taking the speed off and went for a little cut ball that slides away from the return in the deuce court. Okay, so it looks like Philadelphia is going. Oh, see, I think this is the wrong play. I think it's going to be Matkowski going to serve this one wide. And the one thing I will say, King has a very good two-hand backhand cross court that he likes to sit on. And go with the bomb down the tee. Now, advantage Philadelphia now because this serve's going to go from 136 to about 104. Scratch that, went to 92, and that's all Philadelphia needed.
Well, great call there, Luke Jensen, and I'll tell you something. Philadelphia dodged a bullet because they had a huge opportunity to break early, and Matkowski was gaining some confidence, but missing that first serve is really what allowed Philadelphia to jump on top of that. King, meanwhile, playing some of the best singles of his life this season in World Team Tennis, and his doubles game also impressive. The lefty, he will now serve up 2-love, and if you look at the overall score, 12-5 Philadelphia with the advantage and with the home court advantage. Right now the Freedoms showing why they are 7-1 and on top of the World Team Tennis standings. You know, we mentioned the fatigue of the San Diego Aviators. They played a battle late into the evening against the Washington Castles. as we take a second look here. The easy put away for Philly. And they're just looking a little bit sluggish. They had to travel from DC to Philly. Meanwhile, in the event prior to men's doubles, we saw Taylor Townsend representing Philadelphia playing some of the best tennis of her life. She won that 5-1 against Naomi Brody. You can sense that her team's inspired as Fabrice Martin puts one away, and it's 2-love now for the Freedoms. Not an easy task to get a half volley lob ahead of King and Martin. Marcus Willis lucky he didn't get tagged on that one. Martin was showing some sportsmanship with a light overhead.
King has been extremely effective with this serve, allowing Martin to really clean up any return that comes back. Yeah, 114, extremely workmanlike. He's got a lot of movement on that ball, and you really want to make sure that ball isn't just sitting there, isn't kind of a straight bullet, because the pro will sit on that, will read it. So you want a little movement, so returner has to kind of anticipate the break on the ball.
Well, earlier before the broadcast, Luke, I was questioning why Craig Carden would want to end with King versus Willis, because Willis is playing very, very strong tennis in men's singles. But you're saying King is almost unstoppable right now in singles.
He has really elevated his game. He was going to be, honestly, just the guy with the big serve, very athletic, but he's gone beyond that. He's really stepped up. And I believe if Philadelphia is to win this season and take home the King Cup, it's going to be from his play. If they win, it's his explosiveness from the men's doubles, his ability in singles to do some damage in that set, win some games, and not rely everything on the Taylor Townsend performance.
Well, all Philadelphia here in men's doubles. And it's really up to Willis and Matkowski to ignite their team. Even if they lose this set, play with some intensity, because we're going into halftime after this. And the Aviators will need a boost if they want to come back and win. Nice way to swing out for Martin, but still, he had a wide open pass there. I think he took his eye off that return just a little bit, giving Willis a chance here now at 1-all. Well, Matkowski crossing, and King saw the opening. Nice low return. Willis not able to dig it out. And 1-2 in jeopardy of possibly going down 2 breaks here. 2 points away. Nice serve up the tee, 113. They call him Will Bomb. That's Marcus Willis's nickname. Hails from Great Britain because his serve is quite large. He had that great run to the round of 64 where he lost to Roger Federer. And that one up the tee.
You don't think of a run going to the second round, but the run was the pre-qualies. To get to the qualies, he was teaching tennis. Girlfriend encouraged him to, hey, just enter the thing. Like, what do you got going? You got a ladies' league clinic at 9 o'clock in the morning. Go play your pre-qualies. I think he was actually the last guy in, the last invite of it's 128 main, 128 qualies. So I don't know how many in the pre-qualies.
Yeah, I think he had to win 4 rounds in the pre-qualies. So he won 4 in the pre-qualies, then 128 in qualies too. Wow. Yeah. And we all know the guys in the qualies in Grand Slams are pretty much the same as the main draw.
You got to win 3 rounds there. The last round's best of 5 sets.
And then he goes and he beats a guy ranked top 50. I mean, unbelievable.
He plays on center court against Roger Federer with the Roger Federer shirt on. It's pretty cool.
That's amazing. Well, we'll see more of him when we return from Philadelphia.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me Relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
At least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Well, here in Philadelphia, the Freedoms defending home court beautifully thus far. Harry Chickman joined with Luke Jensen. We have a matinee with Philly and San Diego tangling in World Team Tennis presented by Geico. Fabrice Martin's serve has been on fire as he's playing with Kevin King, and they are up 3-1 in a break. So we're 2 games away from halftime. And the Freedoms have a 13-6 advantage in the overall score. Wow, what approach there.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot with not a lot of room. Right down the line.
Well, nice replay there. You see both teams giving a major effort. San Diego trying to hang tough, doing whatever they can to keep their team emotionally in this. Footfall called. By the way, these lines are being called automatically without actual people, and they can call foot faults as well.
Well, there's something to that, though.
I'm excited to hear from the master, Luke
So
Jensen.
there are 12 cameras that call the lines automatically. It's the foot fault that have 6 cameras out there, and there is someone up, an umpire actually, that reads those cameras and times it, because you can't step on the line before you hit the ball. So it's a timing issue, and a human will call that foot fault. Oh, almost pulled that off. King just out of sorts.
Grabbing his back after that one.
Well, of course, he twisted all over the place.
Definitely, that's the last thing you want to see. Your Michael Jordan, your Derek Jeter, your LeBron James grabbing his back. But meanwhile, Marcus Willis psyched up. Like I said, emotionally, you want to stay in if you're San Diego, and it looks like they're giving it their best out here. But the game goes to the Freedoms, and now they lead 4-1, looking to break and go into halftime with a commanding lead. And we have Marcin Motkowski serving in the far court. Nice way to line it up there. Kevin King, the backhand, the lefty, taking that return off the rise for the winner. 3 points away from this men's double set for Philadelphia.
Oh, that's such a smart shot. Again, he's got a couple options, King does. Down the line, cross court is there, but when in doubt, just go right down the middle, nice and low. is always so effective in doubles.
Well, Fabrice Martin doing a wonderful job keeping that point alive, and really these two guys are zoning. It looks like they picked up right where Taylor Townsend left off. It's almost the same type of momentum, and that's why World Team Tennis is so important to keep a positive attitude, because your teammates feed off of it. The sets are short, quick, and things can go down quickly or go up quickly. And 2-all, so San Diego trying to stay alive here. We play up to 4 in each game, no ad scoring, so this is a big point. Who wants to get the game point opportunity? Nice shot from King, the lefty spin, too much to handle, and 2-3, so we have double event point here for the Philadelphia Freedoms. Fabrice Martin returning in the ad court. And one sails long, so 3-all. It's a game point for both sides. It's also still an event point, and the receivers will choose, and it looks like King wants to take it in the deuce court with a Geico timeout coming our way.
Now they've gone this way a couple of different ways. Now John Lloyd for San Diego wants to call this timeout again to set up what we want to do as a team here. What's the serve, what's the approach, what's the formation we want to run, who has the what responsibility.
It's amazing. There's not a lot of time to return these 138-mile-per-hour serves, but at this level you need to think about the return, what you're going to do after the return. Strategy is so important in doubles. Another second serve, and that was 130. Like you said, Luke, let's look for one at about 104, maybe even 98 here. Unbelievable return. Absolutely fantastic talent there. Kevin King ripping that up the line. And it's 5-1, and Philadelphia earned it. I mean, this is one of the best returns I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Look at this.
That's the backhand side we've talked about. Got a lot of Jimmy Connors in there. Got a lot of, Djokovic kind of backhand, the way he transfers the weight, and that's a really solid result for Philadelphia.
He lined that one up beautifully. Went for broke, just hitting the line, and the Freedoms, look at that, a pair of 5-1 results back-to-back as they are leading 15-6, and that means we're heading into halftime here with World Team Tennis presented by Geico.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham, into the box, Willingham shoots, goal! That was magic! Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams. Nice.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure! What pressure? The players on the...
WTT.tv is brought to you by Citi. Welcome What's Next.
Welcome back. Harry Chickma, Luke Jensen joining you here in Philadelphia. We're in halftime with the Freedoms, the hometown team, currently #1 in the standings this season in World Team Tennis. They're up 15-6 over a very competitive Aviators team. San Diego entered the night, or the day rather, losing to Washington last night. They are 5-3 on the year, currently 3rd place in World Team Tennis. But Philadelphia is just playing some of the best competitive team tennis I've ever seen, really, thus far.
They're playing as a team. The biggest thing when you see this is that you notice they're the ones with the most energy. They're the ones who are really on their toes. They're the ones who are, sprinting to the sideline, getting to the next point. San Diego, we saw it last night with Orange County, just look weary. they look, they're fighting. It's not that they're not trying, but there's that extra sense of commitment from Philadelphia, and knowing that they're walking right into the gauntlet means off to Chicago for a special event against their #1 rival, the Castles, and then we'll return to Washington after that, play them again. So this is mission critical for Philadelphia to go in with momentum instead of kind of stumbling into that rivalry.
Well, the adrenaline can mask the pain in many situations in sports, and while people love to play team tennis, it definitely is a long schedule, so you want to have that momentum. You want to be mentally fit. You want to be hungry to win the King Trophy. And right now, Philadelphia is showing that emotion, and they look great out here, and that is why they are currently #1 in the league. And head coach Craig Carden loves World Team Tennis, and he is hungry for the title. So still a lot more to go through here with the Freedoms and Aviators, but all of these players are competing not only for the King Trophy, but also to be the top player in the league, and that is the Forever Mark MVP. And you know they want to take that home. Who will be the Forever Mark MVP?
Players from 14 countries across 6 different teams, 43 matches over 3 weeks. Who will make their mark in the race for the championship and the coveted King Trophy? This year's most valuable players, 1 male, 1 female. The Forever Mark MVP Awards unfold during the World Team Tennis Finals.
I'm here with Neil Skupski, playing for the New York Empire team. Neil, today we are going to do questions based on the super tiebreaker in World Team Tennis. All right, you're going to be doing things while you are hula hooping. Are you ready?
I guess, let's go for it.
Okay, start the time. Are you an early riser or a late sleeper?
Early riser.
List 3 Disney characters.
Simba, Dumbo, pass, go.
Okay, how do you like your steak cooked?
Well done.
Spell your name backwards. First name.
L-A-E-N.
What's your ideal temperature outside?
85 degrees.
Fill in the blank. The Kardashians are blank.
Rich.
The last movie you watched was what?
Top Gun.
Say "good day, mate" in an Aussie accent.
Good day, mate.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how loud are you?
Pretty quiet.
Yay or nay to mustaches?
Nay. Unless you're Steve Johnson.
What rhymes with volley?
Holly.
Which country are you yet to visit but you want to see?
South Africa.
Name a word that starts with U.
Umbrella.
Very good.
Am I done?
Yes.
Oh my God.
We are going to have a chance to knock off some seconds off of
we
your
need
time.
to. Yeah.
All right, each pin is going to be 1 second off.
Yep, I'll take the red, for sure.
All right, let's see it.
All right, here we go. Oh. 0 seconds off, I guess.
And Neil, your time was?
Sweating. Oh.
Very good.
woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back, Harry Chickma, Luke Jensen. World Team Tennis presented by Geico here in Philadelphia. And you see the Freedoms, the top team in the league. They're 7-1, taking on the 5-3 San Diego Aviators. And it's been all Philadelphia. They won the first event. It came down to the final point, but Dabrowski-Martin took it in mixed doubles 5-4, and then Taylor Townsend really set the tone with her fantastic play in women's singles, winning 5-1 over Naomi Brody. It was a masterful display of lefty tennis, followed by men's doubles. King and Martin dominating Matkowski-Willis. So now the focus moves to women's doubles. Brody, Gronefeld, and Ottawa Dabrowski. And it all ends with King and Willis in men's singles. So Craig Carden wanted to finish with men's singles. He has confidence in King. We'll see that. But first, let's check out some women's doubles. Can the Aviators of San Diego fight back? It's the question right now, Luke Jensen. Big mountain to climb if the road team wants to get this coveted victory.
Well, I think the biggest thing you have to realize, you're going against the home team who has a lot of momentum. They're in first place for a reason because they've played the best as a unit from set to set. The one thing you have to think about if you're San Diego is that all you're trying to do is just concentrate on your footwork, your focus, your tactics to win this set. You can't worry about the deficit that's just going to weigh you down. You've got to, how can I win this set? And if they do this, obviously that's a start of maybe something special. But it really comes down to not getting ahead of yourself. And there's a great example. Just go back to fundamental doubles. You're playing a really good team on the other side that gelled extremely well last night in a win over Orange County. And they play aggressive, and they're going to be coming after you. So it's so important to be ready for that onslaught.
Also, Dabrowski, as you mentioned, she likes to play aggressive tennis. She likes to move around. She didn't play great in mixed doubles. She wasn't really on her game, so that could also be an opening for San Diego to try to aim towards Dabrowski. Meanwhile, Raquel has been on the bench all day. So again, I almost give the edge here to the Aviators.
I disagree. Well, I watched him play last night, and Philadelphia was just absolutely brilliant in every aspect, and it starts emotionally.
Absolutely.
From Philadelphia. They just play as a unit. There isn't anyone that's draining or sapping the energy from that team. They all contribute to their greatness in their first place in the standings right now, just because they bring all that talent emotionally to the competition.
Well, my predictions used to be on fire. I'd say a couple of years ago I was predicting everything, but now, I mean, I didn't think Novak Djokovic was going to win Wimbledon. A couple other, I thought Kevin Anderson would blow him out, so I don't have as much confidence in my prediction.
You did?
I thought Kevin Anderson, just the way he was playing.
After that long match in the semis?
I know, but he didn't look tired, so I really was shocked. And also Novak, the way he lost to Cecchinato and the French Open, I didn't think he really quite had what he still had, and I was very wrong, so could be wrong here, but I really do feel, not watching the matches last night and coming in today fresh, I feel like the Aviators, both of these players, Gronefeld and Brody, have been on the court, and Raquel has been sitting on the bench, and also Dabrowski kind of struggled in mix. So we'll see if it leads to a competitive women's doubles battle here.
Okay, and this is where it decided. You're going to go right back with Dabrowski returning this serve.
I mean, let's not forget, Brody isn't exactly playing her best tennis today either. I mean, not to take anything away from Taylor Townsend, but Naomi's serve has been a little off today, and she's going to need it here right now. Deciding point, 2-3, game point.
Well, that is just a gift. We saw it in the mixed doubles, double fault on set point. Here, a double fault on game point. And this is, you don't even need to be holding the racket if you're Dabrowski. You just put it on the ground and go, just put it in the box. And that's just fatigue. You can see the frustration, and that's a lot of travel. That's a lot of late nights.
Brody's first double of the day. It was pretty obvious what went wrong there. She didn't snap her wrist down at all, just kind of punched over up through the ball. In the end of the day, you're not going to win if you double fault and double. So
and she's complaining about the noise. I mean, listen, a lot of these kids are in here having a good time. It's World Team Tennis. I mean, they can be having a birthday party. Let them have it.
Well described there, Luke. I was actually going to comment. I have my headphones on right now. We both do. And I can hear the kids cheering. Now,
Sure.
I was actually just about to compliment this event because right before San Diego was about to serve in the last game, the kids said, "Come on, Freedoms," and they heckled, "Good, it's allowed. It's allowed." I mean, no, we don't want fights. We don't want bad sportsmanship, but cheering's allowed. That's what Billie Jean King, the co-founder, wanted, to give it more of a basketball feel, a hockey feel, a team feel.
Well, remember now, a lot of these kids have never seen a professional tennis match before, much less World Team Tennis. And maybe they don't know the nuance of how tennis is cheered, the etiquette. And so even in World Team Tennis, you don't want to disrupt the server in between serves and things like that. But they're kids, and you gotta have fun with them.
And technically they're allowed to.
Nice serve, Dabrowski with another cannon. 107, and again, it's not her high-end speed, but it's more than enough to throw off the returner.
And Raquel, a real World Team Tennis regular, a veteran, and a great doubles player throughout the world of tennis. Whoa, she just got hit.
In the face.
Just got ricocheted, and hopefully she's okay. And that ball was coming really hard.
Normally she wears sunglasses. That's outside. The doctor's going to come out and check this out.
Here's a little bit of a replay here.
And this is just off her frame. Boom.
Looks like she's taking some time, but see how she feels here. I mean, she's a tough player. There's Dabrowski giving a little smile. I mean, we can't see what Raquel's doing, but it looks like they're having fun with this regardless of the pain, which is nice to see. You never want to see any of these players hurting out here.
She's tough as nails. There's no doubt about that. She's been a veteran on the WTA Tour for a long time. Great performer at so many different events.
And no surprise, Raquel fighting hard, and it's, little lucky break that she's not serving, so she has an extra second to think. Game goes to the Freedoms. Now, not to be a bad sport, but in that situation, I would actually test Raquel a little bit. It's funny, they hit every ball towards Dabrowski. They out by 7 millimeters to be exact. We heard it from our production staff, but needless to say, it was out. So the game goes to Philadelphia. They're up the break 2-love, and let's see what happens here. But I think Harry Chickman's going to have to stop giving any sort of predictions in tennis if Philadelphia wins this game. But we do have a veteran, one of the great doubles players, Annalena Gronefeld, serving. She has a lot of action on her serve and her groundies, a lot of spin.
That backhand is really effective.
Muscled that backhand and hits the winner. Just hits the corner of the line. Shot spot right on the money as usual. 1-all.
Gronefeld didn't think so. Brody not ready for that one. 1-2. Just a little sluggish from San Diego.
2-2 here, so Gronefeld hanging tough, and this is a key game. Really, if you look at the landscape of the entire match, Luke, this game's major, because you have to figure if San Diego can't win mixed doubles, women's doubles, can't even keep it close, it's going to be really hard for Marcus Willis to have a chance against King. But if they can fight back here, even keep it close, we have a match. Two points in a row for the Aviators, so now they have double game point.
You were talking about Gronefeld earlier, how...
Look at the emotion. Look at the emotion.
That was really good. And watch how low she gets. She's at the bottom of your screen. She gets low to the contact point and leans into it. But wasn't worried about the person poaching on the other side, just went for her target.
Well, here, look, she leans into it, but she gave even more effort on the come on. She knows World Team Tennis. She knows her team needs her right now, right here. And that was a huge game for the Aviators to keep this thing rolling. Let's see if Brody can translate that into some great tennis. Smart play there, wrong footing, Raquel. And Ottawa a little bit shaky after getting hit by the ball off that ricochet. Let's see how she can serve here down love 1.
That's what you do as a great teammate. You help out around the net. You don't wait for the ball to come in you. You go to the ball. You anticipate the return. Your job is play offense up there. Your partner who's serving sets you up. You notice how San Diego's used the lob effectively to try to keep them off the net. There's another attempt at the lob, just too much slap at it, and all of a sudden you hit it late.
Well, Raquel's not the biggest server in the world. That was only 103, but her placement is fantastic, especially in doubles. She knows exactly where to put it in the box. 2-1 here. Oof. Nice angle from Gronefeld, but Raquel Ottawa really strong up there at net. Holding her ground. Smart play there, going cross court. Just missing though. So now 3-1 for Philadelphia. They have 3 game points to try to consolidate this break. Just inside the line. So the Freedoms will now switch sides as they are up 3 games to 1. And in the overall score, it's 18-7. As we will take a break here, much more coming up when we return from Philadelphia.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life A life on the dance floor is worth Penn medicine.
Welcome back to Philadelphia. We have World Team Tennis presented by Geico with the Philadelphia Freedoms in first place, taking on the third place Aviators from San Diego. Alongside Luke Jensen, I'm Harry Chickman. It's been a great display of tennis thus far, but San Diego looking to stay alive. They're down a break here in the fourth event. They play 5 total. It's in women's doubles, and Naomi Brody and Annalena Gronefeld trying to make a little comeback, if that's possible, playing a very hot squad from Philadelphia. Nice put away there, set up by the big serve, and Annalena with the heavy forehand, and it's 2-love now.
Boy, that's a nice serve. I mean, that really does make a difference. It just keeps you close. It keeps you relevant. And it doesn't seem like much when you see that overall score. Just, it looks so large. But here's the thing, in this format, you just keep clawing your way back. You just stay relevant. You just keep fighting.
See Brody grabbing her elbow just a little bit. These players have been grinding throughout the World Team Tennis season, but they're doing it for their passion for the city, for the game. They love World Team Tennis as well. I don't know anyone who plays in World Team Tennis that doesn't love World Team Tennis or doesn't appreciate World Team Tennis.
Well, I'll tell you, New York's having a really tough time with it this season.
Oh, yeah.
They're really struggling. They haven't been on the winning side the entire season. And so that's going to test that love when you're so close. And all those matches have been very close. They haven't been blown out. I think they've lost all their matches by a total of maybe 10 to 15 games. And that just, I've been in those situations when I played. It's tough. It will challenge you.
That'll test your love for tennis in general when you lose all those matches in a row.
And it's one of those things where it's hard to sync up. Philadelphia's syncing up. Every discipline, every player is buying in and they're succeeding. You play a situation like in New York, one night you play well and your teammates don't play well. The next night they play well, you don't play well. It's hard to sync all 5 sets together like Philadelphia's doing. That is a nice lob. We've seen them go over the top a number of times because Philadelphia is so aggressive.
Well, you see here, she lined it up. This is exactly what Gronefeld's known for. Big topspin, loopy shots.
Well, look how close Philadelphia is. Once they go to the net, they are so close, anticipating the drive, that going upstairs is the right play.
Oh, a little bit of a lucky break there. The shank off the return. That serve was only 85 miles per hour. And that's where Brody has to step it up and get that ball in play, because that was a huge point. It was 2-all. Now it's 3-2. So now it's double game point. Remember, Philly's up a break here. Now a deciding point. And Gronefeld, of course, wants to take it because she is really dialed in here in this women's doubles match. She's been keeping her team alive thus far the last couple minutes. And who would have thought if the Aviators win this point, it's tied at 3 in this event.
You notice Lloyd just with the big smile, just keeping it loose. Hey, this is tough, but we are not going to lose our spirit. We're not going to get down on ourselves and make it worse. We're going to smile through this adversity, and we're going to swing out. We have nothing to lose here.
Great doubles. Great doubles. Give both teams a lot of credit for grinding through that one, but it was Raquel in the end with the open court put away.
Well, the C's parted. Right here, look at how the players are looking for the angle overhead instead the easy one right down the middle. Really solving the question, really solving having the answer, solving everything by really making the smart shot.
And now it's 4-2. I like that one. The C's parted. And that's what Philadelphia is doing, Luke. They're parting the C's in this match. Great tennis, a little magic on their rackets today. Can they break here to take this women's doubles match? Gronefeld held last time, but it's her 5th double fault of the day. So a little shaky for her in the serving department. Oh. Do you like that error? I mean, do you like the fact she stepped in and ripped? Because personally, when you look on the other side of the net and you see the Aviators so tired and struggling, I mean, don't you make them play?
I think for Dabrowski, that's her shot. She's better when she is going for that backhand, and she's also sending a message that, listen, if you throw up anything, I'm not going to just push it back and play. I'm going to go for my shot, and she's going to make a lot more than she misses. And it just throws that threat to the other side. They've got a huge lead. You know what I mean? Don't play defensive. Don't play not to win. Like, go after your shots. There's another example. Again, she gets a backhand. She's got the green light to take that shot. It has the, you know, it's like giving Kevin Durant, listen, you got a three-pointer, like you chuck it.
Yeah.
Like,
hey,
let it go.
Like you said, that's her game. You need to play your game out here. 2-all, big point. 2 points away from the event for Philadelphia. Well, serve into the backhand side, and Raquel not able to get that return in, so double game point here for Gronefeld, Brody, and the Aviators.
Oh, good volley right there. Just good hands, good awareness.
And there, Brody with a little smile. So, as you mentioned, Coach Lloyd is a veteran. He came out there in the Geico timeout. He was smiling and loosening up his team. And you see Brody still having a fun time with the bench. And I guess that's why he's a great coach. He knows what to do to get his team back emotionally and physically.
Another effective lob return, but just can't seal the deal. But that's what a coach does. You spend a lot of time with these players on the road in this short period of time during the season. So when things are going bad, do you have the right buttons to push to loosen them up, to get them to see the big picture? There's so much more tennis to be played for the rest of the season. Let's work on stuff here. Let's stay in the fight. Let's stay relevant. We're going to have to play these guys somewhere else down the line. What are we learning that will help us in those competitions?
And so much of World Team Tennis is the battle of attrition. I mean, it's match after match. And these coaches both have gone through it for so many years, so they know not to just throw all their bullets out on the table in one match. You know, it's a long marathon as well. What do you tell your team after a match like this if you lose and you're San Diego? Just say, hey.
No, it's that, listen. Next, they play tomorrow night.
Yeah.
They play after that. I mean, all it is, let's get some rest. What do we learn out of this situation, good and bad? How can we build? And we're still relevant. Remember, the top two teams make it to the finals. So they're in that conversation.
And really, it doesn't matter if you're first place during the season. You just want to make it to the finals, have a chance to win the King Trophy. The beautiful King Trophy.
And there's another example of a solid backhand from Gronefeld. The German just leaning on that backhand. You can build on that stuff. This also springboards you into the U.S. Open Summer Series where you're playing these matches under pressure. This is all good. Good or bad, win or lose, you're always going to learn something and build on it.
Wow, that one just nicked the baseline, and it goes to the Freedoms. A gutsy play there on event point, and the Freedoms take women's doubles 5-3. They are now leading 20-9 as we go into the final, the fifth and final event of this matinee, and it will be men's singles with Kevin King, the lefty, taking on Will Baum, the big serving Brit, and that will be next. World Team Tennis presented by Geico. We'll be right back.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham. Into the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams. Nice.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure. What pressure? The players on the...
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
Incredible point.
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Is your family in need of more quality time together?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Nature is best enjoyed together. So bring the whole family to discover all the bonding and stress-reducing benefits parks and forests have to offer. Visit discovertheforest.org and trade in phone time for family time.
Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, grass, worms, bugs, trees, rocks, and other objects in nature cannot talk. If you'd like to have a conversation while visiting nature, you will need to bring humans along. We strongly recommend starting with your family.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
The fans loving the excitement, the action here. World Team Tennis presented by Geico. We have seen some amazing tennis from the hometown team. The Philadelphia Freedoms going for their 8th victory of the year. The mascots love it. And now we come down to the final event, and that will be men's singles with Kevin King, the lefty from Philadelphia, taking on San Diego's Marcus Willis, Harry Chickmo alongside Luke Jensen. I'm really excited for this match. I mean, I genuinely feel like this is a boxing title card, and we finally get to see these guys play.
You've been wrong on every prediction so far.
And for the last couple months, by the way.
So you're going with Willis.
Well,
that's your guy.
I mean, I might as well just go with Willis. Unfortunately, I think I'd be wrong if I say it, but he's been playing great. I'm going for a great match is what I think here. It's going to come down to the wire.
First, no. And King is Peachtree City, Georgia. This guy played at Georgia Tech. He's got an engineering degree. He's got loads and loads of firepower everywhere. He's playing with a lot of confidence and momentum.
Now,
and he dismantled McDonald yesterday.
The only reason why it might not come down to the wire is because Willis looks fatigued.
And you predicted it.
But I'm going to have to revoke that because Willis looks fatigued. But let's see. I will give you a prediction after the second game. I want to see how Willis is serving. Because Marcus loves the World Team Tennis format.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Listen, I'm a big fan of the guy. But you look at the overall score. You look at their season, all the travel and everything. And what he's playing against right now, a guy with supreme confidence in what he's trying to do. Look at that. Just he's behind every ball. He's honestly been just on all cylinders, firing away. And this is going to really springboard him moving forward in his professional career.
I mean, how far can King take it on the tour? He kind of reminds me of a Steve Johnson, not the way he plays, but his body language, and he's a college player.
He's really smart. I mean, his tennis IQ is up there. He really plays smart shots. He doesn't get down.
Hey, that serve is a weapon. And that was only 90 miles per hour, but there's something about Marcus Willis's serve that really confuses his opponents.
He's got a low toss, a contact point toss, so it gets off his racket quickly. And being a lefty, even lefties don't like playing lefties. You don't see many of them out there, so the ball comes at you at different angles. So you've got to be able to cut it off. You've got to be able to anticipate it and then move your feet to get into position.
Willis has really earned his stripes and his respect on the ATP Tour. The guy's been around. He's picked up some great wins. He's hanging around a journeyman, but I'm telling you, he's a real all-star in World Team Tennis. He's a guy you want on your team. He really overachieves. I believe he beat Tiafoe.
Yeah.
I mean, beat Tiafoe among others. It's great. And here he is, up 3-love.
See, Willis is trying to get the crowd going again. He's the away team, so the Freedoms fans are not going to get behind him. But he's kind of... It's well played.
Great play there. And Willis with a little fist pump. Marcus giving a strong effort out here. He knows there's not a lot of pressure, and he plays really well.
But look at the placement. He just kind of pushes King around the court. By creating opportunities with good placement. And that's going to be tricky for King because King wants to kind of play, north-south, kind of playing downhill with a lot of pace, a lot of power. Whereas Willis is going to, change up the spins and the speeds and make King really think out there and adjust to what Willis is doing. That play the let. There's a net cord ace.
Well, you have to give the experience to Willis. Even though King's played college tennis and he's a great player, moving well, has a great future, Willis has played longer, and he definitely knows how to mix up the pace. 3-1. But on the serve, King is a force. It's hard to get that lefty back. The way the game's going now, Luke, how you have guys like Ivo Karlovic and Isner, what do you do on the return? Do you just try to get it back? I mean, do you just realize it's going to be a tiebreaker every time? I mean,
those guys are just different. I mean, there aren't that many of those guys like the Kevin Andersons kind of going around, or Dr. Evos.
Yeah.
But it's these guys like Willis and King who have, you know, bigger than the average bear serves. And what you do as a returner, and really, is you do a lot by reading the toss. The toss is in one spot. You know, physics says it's going to break or going to do this. If it's behind their heads, they're probably going to kick it. So you can read a little bit before they even hit it because you read the toss. And then the server just plays this game. You try to disguise a lot of your pitches and a lot of your deliveries. And for a lefty, that's another just meat and potatoes standard left-handed serve. You, in the deuce court, you just run that ball down the middle, let it break away from your opponent. King's trying to find just kind of the right return angle off of this serve.
I mean, he's a masterful player. Marcus reminds me a little bit of Fabrice Santoro at times, the way he mixes in that slice. I mean, to do that on the Pro Tour, it's very difficult to have a two-handed slice backhand and have any sort of results, but somehow he doesn't get overpowered.
Fabrice has had two hands on both sides and not a big serve, Santoro, the Frenchman. Reminds me of a left-handed Kyrgios. You know, he's got a big serve, kind of quirky on the ground strokes, can play in the front court, mentally just kind of a wild card, a joker out there, is entertaining not only himself, but has to be engaged with his teammates, or in this case, the crowd, having fun with them. And King is very businesslike. I mean, not a lot of animated, you know, expressions, body language, just going out there, putting on his hard hat, grabbing his lunch pail, and just going to work.
Well, the game goes to the Aviators, so Marcus Willis doing his part to stay alive.
To keep your prediction alive,
yeah.
A real dogfight.
I mean, listen, I was not brave enough to commit to the prediction.
I talked you out of it, to
You
be
talked
honest.
me. I mean, I can't totally tarnish all the respect, but I'm telling you, I think the prediction stands. This is a great matchup, and we'll be right back with more men's singles here from Philadelphia.
So you just walk around telling people Geico could help them save money on car insurance?
Yeah, that, and homeowners, renters, motorcycle and boat insurance.
Huh, that's nice. What happens when you catch a fish?
Geico, more than just car insurance. See how much you could save at geico.com.
I'm okay.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
Welcome back, Luke Jensen and Harry Chickma. We are covering the action, and there is plenty of it here in Philadelphia as the Freedoms are up 22-11 here in this final event, but it's 2-all in men's singles. Kevin King, the up-and-comer, taking on Marcus Willis.
And that's where that slice return can be effective for a player like King, who likes a rhythm and likes a target, likes a little pace from his opponent. That little changeup, that little cut ball that stays low, forces King to have to take a little bit more time and think about his shot.
Well, 1-2.
First sign of trouble for King here. Surprised if Coach Craig Carton takes a Geico timeout if he loses this point. King loses the point. Just kind of awkward was the previous point with the miss and then a double fault.
First double fault for the Freedoms on the entire night.
But this is why I like this guy, because under duress and in this situation where he has to come up with a shot, he's done that. Look at that ace down the tee.
That's a quick way to get your confidence right back. Here's his service motion. Pretty quick.
Yeah, and it's also he's got a loose arm. That means he gets a lot of action on that ball.
Serve almost looks a little like yours, Luke, on the lefty side. You know, that's what it does.
His is a lot better. I used a wood racket.
That's good in the cold Michigan weather.
And there's Willis being a little too cute. He's too far behind the baseline. Just tries that squash shot for that underspin and makes the air.
That backhand's really interesting from King. Kind of cuffs it a little bit.
He just reminds me of Jimmy Connors, how Connors used to like hold his elbows in and drive it. And
exactly.
It's got a little, like I said, a Djokovic quality to it, a left-handed version of Djokovic where he just transfers his way through the ball and was honestly given the right fundamentals. They got a great facility down in Peachtree City, Georgia, the tennis center down there, Peachtree City Tennis Center. All these different courts and opportunities for kids, and has always stressed, I've been down there a number of times, stressing the fundamentals to the children. And he's one of those products. I mean, as you can see right away, you can't see a flaw anywhere from his ground strokes, his volleys and everything.
Now here's a real opportunity. It's love one. Meanwhile, Philadelphia, well, whenever there's an opportunity, Marcus Willis likes to throw in a bomb. That's what he's known for, hence his nickname, Will Bomb. Meanwhile, Philadelphia a chance. They're up 3-2 on serve, but if they break here, King can serve out the event. So now's the chance for King to really get his claws into this. Oh, behind the back.
Oh, if you'd have won that point, it could have been on the shot of the season.
It could have been, I know. Let's see a replay if possible. I almost feel like you have to win that point a la Kevin Anderson at Wimbledon. Here's a look at it. So goes off the net and somehow he gets that behind the back. Hey, regardless, that's a nice clip. Willis loves the drop shots. It's not easy to drop these guys. I mean, the guys on the Pro Tour are that much faster than the guys in college. I mean, it's amazing that Marcus gets away with the dropper so much.
Well, because the delivery is so similar to his deep slice. So you can't jump it. You can't anticipate it. King can't get off and like, okay, here's a drop shot. You have to respect the deep slice too. So King just gets off to a late start to that drop shot. And again, what you predicted. I think you're turning your game around.
You know what? I have to take a lot of credit for that because I've been watching Marcus Willis, and my original prediction was, how is he going to compete with these guys? He's playing great tennis. He's beating some of the best players in the world this season in World Team Tennis, and he's proving exactly what I thought would happen. And I just have all the respect for Craig Carton. He's a great coach, good friend, pretty good broadcaster, but I was shocked that he put this as the last match because Willis has been the shining star for San Diego. Wow. Willis having fun here. He doesn't like the net. I mean, truthfully, Luke, like, these are some of the best players in the world we're looking at here. I mean, you have some guys who are real world class. It would take a Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, or even a John Isner to really blow Willis off the court. So why, you know, I mean, he's beating guys like Tiafoe. He's playing great tennis.
That combination from King, it's just typical left-handed stuff. You slide your opponent out wide, you open up the court to the other side, you rip the forehand there. You see it from Nadal all the time. Philadelphia really got a steal in King. I mean, I think it was in the draft. They're looking at this opportunity. It's like, you know what? He's got all the elements that we kind of want. We want someone who's solid, someone that can grow, you know, within the season and sees this as an opportunity and not an exhibition, who can really contribute to our success, because they got the guns in Taylor Townsend. They got Sloane Stephens. They've already got.
Well, Billie Jean King does that. You know, she looks for these players. And it's a risk, you know, as King hits that beautiful forehand in the open court to win. It's 24-12 Philly, but King now one game away from winning this overall match. Meanwhile, Willis hoping to send it to a breaker. But like we said, it's a risk. I mean, we've seen throughout the decades even of World Team Tennis, some of these things become a dud. Like, I remember, I don't want to drop any names. I'll keep names out of it. But sometimes
Murphy Jensen.
No.
Luke Jensen.
No way. Are you kidding me? No way. It's never a dub with you guys. Hey, look at Murphy, one of the winningest coaches ever in history. He's the best. But sometimes these guys, you think they're going to be good, and they just totally.
It's hard to adjust this. It's not for everybody. It's a different kettle of fish.
And then your season's done because they can't win in that position.
But King is a good example of, and a lot of these guys who played college tennis or some type form of tennis, a team version in Europe and in Asia, where, you know, you play for your clubs and you understand the team concept, that you're playing for more than yourself.
Well, you hear the stories of Bundesliga, the famous league, and everyone tells me, oh, Bundesliga. So, I mean, this is America's version, you know, and maybe even better. So we have all the TV and everything. So this is big. I mean, you hear stories of guys ranked 100 in the world making more money in Bundesliga than their actual pro tennis, and they take team tennis seriously.
2-1. It's just tough playing Willis because he provides so much power from the serve, and that sets up, you know, his kind of crafty game. He's very unpredictable, and he can create so many different problems for King just because he changes so many speeds, and his shot selection is so. He's got a wide range of things to go to. Wow. That's a great athletic move. King has to basically go into the front row to get that back.
Well, that was a huge return, because if he had missed that amazing return, it would be multiple game point. But now it's 2-all, and now King's 2 points away from winning this whole match. That was a gutsy time to rip that one up the line. And there it is. 2 match points here for the Freedoms, thanks to some strong playing from the baseline from Kevin King. The fans loving it. It's been a great day with the young fans of Philadelphia, and they want the victory here right now. And there it is, a double fault, and Marcus wants some sort of a look at that. His second double fault of the day, and that gives Philadelphia the #1 team right now in the standings. They are 8-1 on the year, and the Freedoms and their fans love the result. 24-12. Philadelphia over. It's 25-12 after that game as Philadelphia takes down the Aviators, and they are proving why they are the team to beat thus far, Luke.
I was really impressed with Philadelphia after, late night last night, having a win, and then understanding the pressure that they have moving forward against their rivals. This next one's going to be in Chicago, special event there, and then you move back to Washington. I mean, this is going to be the season.
Well, it is going to be the season, and right now there's plenty of tennis to play, and you see the Freedoms. Look at the team chemistry, and they have the leader, Coach Carden. I mean, they're taking this like the World Cup after scoring a goal, and they're advancing. And Fabrice Martin saw France, his countryman, win the World Cup. He wants a World Team Tennis title, and they are on their way, but still a lot more tennis to be played here.
And this is so interesting to see this Philadelphia team continue to gel and evolve.
More coming up. We'll be right back from Philadelphia.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more, but by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same. Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves. Of wins for the history books. And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Welcome back. Alongside Luke Jensen, I'm Harry Chickman. We've seen some great tennis here at the hands of the Philadelphia Freedoms. They won pretty impressively. It was 25-12. They ran the table, all 5 events, and it all ended with men's singles, Kevin King winning. And you kind of look at this, Luke, and you look at Taylor Townsend. She played great tennis today, didn't she?
And she's taken a little break. Remember, at the beginning of the season, she was playing all 3 disciplines. The singles, the doubles, the mixed doubles. And now she's able to, because Dabrowski's in the mix, you got Sloane's come in. Sloane Stephens has played a couple of matches, giving her a little break for this push towards the playoffs.
Well, there's no question the Freedoms in great position for the playoffs. Meanwhile, their counterparts, the San Diego Aviators, was with a good chance. Right now, they're 5-4. They're still very much alive in the chase for the King Trophy, in the chase for the postseason. No better place than Philadelphia for World Team Tennis, presented by Geico. We thank all of you so much for joining us, and we will be around throughout the rest of the season here. For the rest of the staff, for Luke Jensen, I'm Harry Chickma. For all of you tennis fans, so long from Philadelphia.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah.
but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
WTT.TV has been brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. By Forevermark. Less than 1% of the world's diamonds are worthy of the Forevermark inscription. Forevermark, a diamond is forever. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Graphics provided by New Blue FX. Powered by JVC Professional Video.